I declare that last quest nearly ended me. We're going to need some hired help from here on out. I agree. I think it would be wise to hire some of these mercenaries, these men-at-arms, for our next quest. My steel is more than enough, but perhaps some fodder to send into the rooms to check for traps would be helpful. Let's see if we can get a good deal on these mercenaries. It's time to go to market. Welcome to my mercenary shop. Might I interest you in the halberdier, Mercen Harry, the great sword wielder, Mercen Gary, or the sword and shield wielder, Mercen Larry? Excuse me, sir, but what's wrong with that one? The one with the bow? That's Mercen Barry. He's a bit untrained as of yet. I think he means that one, the one next to him. Ah, that's Mercen Airy. He's a bit undecided, if you will. He really wants to be hired. If not, he'll be gutted. Ha 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 ha. Why aren't you laughing? I don't get it. By the way, is there a correct way to hold your great sword? What's the difference between these two stances? I don't think that a 3-for-1 is a good deal when it comes to people who will be helping us in a dungeon. But the merchant said we'd be guaranteed to see blood if we brought these 3. Yes, but somehow I don't think he meant the blood of enemies. Welcome home, brave shoppers. I am Ash, this is Ash Quest, and don't click off. This isn't a dungeon crawl board game, but this is Market Fresh, a game by Michael Kiesling and Wolfgang Kramer. And you might recognize the names of these frequent collaborators because Michael Kiesling here is the creator of Azul, Tikal, Vikings, Torres, and Heaven and Ale, among many other board games. This is part of the Avalon Hill Signature Series, a game for ages 8 and up, 1 to 4 players, which means it can be soloed and a session may take 45 minutes. This was sent to me by Avalon Hill, full disclosure, so thank you Avalon Hill for this game. However, that will not color anything that I have to say about it or this presentation. Although, if you know me and you know the channel, then you know by now I'm not here to rip things apart, but to share the things that I appreciate. And the reason I say don't click off, even if this doesn't look like your cup of tea right away, is because we're going to be looking at the mechanics of this and discuss how, well, we're going to look at how the game is played in this context, in the vacuum, but it is from these mechanics that I encourage you to draw from the ideas present here, in order to use them for certain other board games that are more in line, more your cup of tea, if not a game about marketeers. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. This is a simple game of market mastery. For every business-savvy farmer in town, the local farmer's market is the place to be. Stack your stall with crates of picture-perfect produce and shut your competitors out of the market. The more you stack, the more you'll sell. Like other games in this series, Cosmo Lancer and Sanibel, and no, I don't mean series as if they're all related, like this isn't a campaign, more a product line. The presentation of this game is very cute, it is very eye-catching, and it is very thematic. Once you open the box, it has a special design that has been created with care and applied to this box. This is the part where I say they didn't have to go this hard, but they did. And it's really cool to see. Every time you open one of these games from Avalon Hill, you're getting this immersion. So inside we have a couple of plastic baggies, a ton of crates of produce, 66 altogether, a package of tiles, chits, and smaller boards, 4 cubes, which I can only imagine represent the players 1 to 4, our manual, which is looking pretty meaty, but we are immediately drawn to the fact that it's in 5 languages, and the manual itself, the rules of the game really only span about 6 pages. English, French, Dutch, Spanish, and Italian for those interested. A sheet warning us about small parts, and just in case you missed the small parts warning on the side of the box here, and the Market Fresh board, which we will unfold and place. Love this presentation. Just really, really appreciate it. So with only 6 pages of rulebook, we should be able to absorb everything that we need to see how to play, how to win. The object of the game is to strategically stack produce crates in your shop front to maximize your stock and shut your competitors out of the market along the way. Earn points as you add fresh produce, but be sure to keep an eye on the market as you go. As the competition heats up, space in the market might become scarce. Once all the crates have been placed, the player with the most points wins. We have our sample set up here with players hiding behind their walls of produce crates, turned such that your opponents cannot see what they contain. And by that, I mean we've got these 66 crates here, and I have noticed 10 different articles of produce, and that we have only 66 crates, I think that's every combination of the 10. And so I'm kind of wondering if dominoes could be used to proxy the gameplay. This does seem to have very much a dominoes-like effect. I'm willing to bet that no two of these crates are the same, that we truly are seeing every single combination of these 10 different produce pieces. Each player will choose a color, and we should open up the tiles using my simultaneously dry and rusty and also kind of moist knife. We have used it off screen to not promote the usage of rust. Another choking hazard warning. Wait, no, that's the same one. It's come back to haunt me. We have our 4 player boards. They're different colors, but they're all arranged the same way. A 4x4 grid of produce with blueberries top left, strawberries bottom left, apples bottom right, lemons top right. I'm intrigued, call me intrigued. And 11 of each of the 4 farmer types, as well as a group of tiles that all say 50 or 100. You earn points throughout the game by placing fresh produce. At the end of the game, you'll earn extra points for each type of produce you scored, as well as the diversity of your wares. The player with the most points wins. The youngest player goes first. Play moves to the left. Take one face-up or face-down crate on your turn. Place that crate on its side next to your other 3 crates, then choose one of your crates as fresh produce to add to your shop front. They say face up and face down because you arrange your playing space like this, and for a game that has 2 players, you will remove 18 crates from the pile of all of the face down crates. For 3 players, remove 9 crates. For 4 players, remove 2 crates. I'm guessing if it's just 1 player, you leave all the crates there. Each player will take 3 of the remaining crates. You'll place these crates on their sides with the produce facing you so the other players can't see what you have. You'll take 4 more crates and place them face up next to the market board. You'll place the 8 points vouchers next to the market board. You'll place the cubes on the starting square on the track. I presume they will travel along this track until they get to the end. This is probably how you're going to score your points and keep track of that as well. Or perhaps the progression of the game? Well, we'll see. There's no point speculating. The rules are right here in front of us. On your turn, you'll take one of the face-down crates or one of the face-up ones, place it on its side next to your other 3, then choose one of your crates as fresh produce to add to your shop front. There are 3 ways to do this. You can place a crate on any 2 blank squares. And when they say shop front, they mean this. This is your shop front. So let's say we have these 4 crates. We've got our 3 that we had at the beginning of the game, and we got 1 more from the face down pile. Place a crate on any 2 blank squares. This is valid. This is valid. This is valid. You can also rotate your crate. This is valid, and so on. Way number 2, place a crate on top of a picture square, but half of your crate must match the fresh produce pictured directly beneath it. Blueberries to blueberries. This is correct. Also, this is correct. And this is correct. And this is correct. But this is not correct. This is not correct. By the way, I only just discovered that the reverse side of the shop front is a 5x5 grid shop front with a lot more spaces filled in. This undoubtedly would add to the challenge and strategy of the game. Way number 3 to score points, you'll see I have 3 crates already in my stall, is to stack a crate, and this time, 1/2 of your crate must match the fresh produce on the crate directly beneath it. So this is correct because lemon matches lemon. This is correct because pepper matches pepper. It says at least half your crate, so you could also place like this, and that would be correct. You would still have room to place something over here, and strawberries on strawberries, this would be correct. But this would be incorrect, and this would be incorrect. So do you get it? After you add a crate, you immediately score points. Then you will place or move one of your farmer tiles on the market board if you can. Finally, if you took one of the face-up crates, you'll replace that with one of the face-down crates, so you'll always have 4 face-up crates in play. This allows you to kind of see ahead and think, ooh yeah, I'm going to take that crate with the strawberries, but since your stall is visible to all the other players, they might be able to see what you're doing ahead of time, at least as you get on in games, and try to stop you by taking that crate first. This is the market board. It is empty when you begin. It will fill up as you score. If you score more than 1 point for your produce, you may place or move one of your farmer tiles in the appropriate produce column on the market board, but only if the space in the corresponding row is unoccupied. Now you'll notice there are these produce symbols at the bottom, and we are calling these rows, even though we're looking at them with the orientation that they're vertical. They're still flat on the ground, so they're rows. You can only place your farmer in the space if it's unoccupied, though. If the space is occupied, you'll place your farmer tile in the next lowest free space in that column. You may only place one of your farmer tiles in each of the columns. So for example, Ushi scores 3 points for plums. She'll place her pink farmer tile in row 3 of the plums column. Row 3 is here. You might think that that's row 2, but this counts as a row. So 1, 2, 3. You've got friendly reminders off here labeling the rows for you as well. Now Wolfgang scores 1 point for plums. He can't place his blue farmer tile because you need to score at least 2 points to occupy a space. You can't place your tile on row 1 at all. Then Michael scores 3 points for plums. He can't place his green farmer tile in row 3 of the plums column because it's occupied by Ushi. Instead, he places it on the next lower free space on that column, row 2. Then Ina scores 3 points for plums. She can't place her orange farmer tile in row 2 or 3 because they are both occupied and because row 1 is the plum itself on which no tile may be placed. On a later turn, Michael scores 2 points for plums and cannot move from this row. On another later turn, he scores 4 points and may move above in the 4 column, but only if it's still unoccupied by that time. Now, in a future turn, if he scores 4 points, 3 points, or 2 points, he's not going to increase from this. He has to actually score 5 points to move up to the 5-point row, 6 points for the 6-point row, and so on. You can easily see how this is going to help you track your winnings. For each produce column, points are awarded as follows. The player with a farmer tile in the highest row scores double that number of points. The player with a farmer tile in the second highest row scores that number of points, and the player with a farmer tile in the third highest row just scores 2 points regardless. This is for the final scoring phase at the end of the game, and the end of the game occurs as soon as all of the crates have been played. Once all the produce columns have been scored, each player counts how many farmer tiles they have on the market board, and then points are awarded as follows, with the player having the most farmer tiles scoring 16 points, second place scoring 8, and third scoring 4. If there's a tie for number of farmer tiles, each tied player is awarded the full amount of points, but the next rank is dropped. Crazy. So cozy and nice, and then like super competitive. It's like Mario Party all over again. There are 2 variants here, the crate heights variant and use the smaller grids. It looks like since I saw the 4x4s first, I incorrectly assumed that these were the main game variations, but this is actually the main game. Using the smaller grids is one of the alternative ways to play, so my bad. All players must use those grids, and they can be used for the standard game or the variations below. The Crate Heights variant, if you're looking for an extra challenge, and in this version of the game, your path to victory lies in stacking higher to earn more points. It's fairly simple, and I think that this would be a really breezy game to get on the table and teach your kids, and I think that the very colorful, plasticky, and just very fun and playful tactile components would keep anybody visually stimulated and interested for the duration of the game. They're a lot of fun to play with, actually. And apropos of nothing, they are correctly scaled such that they would lend well to immersion with other board games that might use miniature components of some kind. I don't know what game that would be though. And the fact that there are 10 different kinds of produce would mean 10 different status effects that you could visit upon those shoppers who may or may not be partaking on a quest of some kind. But I'm not going to belittle this game down to simply a homebrew collection of assets. This is a fun looking game in its own right, and something that I think I'd like to get on the table and play with Shar as soon as possible. So, like everything in the Avalon Hill signature series, this is simple, it's quick to set up, it's really quick to learn, and it's just visually delightful. It's something that looks to flow very breezily. We didn't go all over scoring with crates as well as covering the point vouchers. The track around the board goes from 0 to 49. If you happen to pass the 0, you'll take your 50-point voucher. And if you pass it again, you'll turn that 50 in for a 100-point voucher just to help you keep track of the total score. But all in all, more or less, that is Market Fresh. Another big thank you to Avalon Hill for sending me a quality game for my collection. And I'll be sure to let you guys know how much we enjoyed this at the table. All right, brave shoppers, clean up on aisle 5. I'll see you in the next exciting store trip on Double Coupons Day, and thank you, come again.